Yeah, you right about that, man. It's definitely not made for that. But Lord Jamar, man, great interview, my guy. Great interview. Can't wait for the people to see it. Hey, man, we got to run this back again.
You know, I want to touch on real quick before we leave because I think this happened up here. Didn't your man Keith Murray bug out? Didn't y'all have Keith Murray on here?
Yeah, I did 2 interviews with him.
And he started talking shit about me, right?
Yeah, he was talking a little crazy about you from what I could remember. What happened between both of y'all?
Keith Murray, yo, my heart goes out to this guy, man. I really hope he gets his shit together, man. Like, but I gotta distance myself from him. You know what I mean? But I hope he gets his shit together, man, because I don't even think he remembers how shit like how shit got all crazy, why I had to like say certain shit that I said to him and all of that. But we've seen the videos and all of this type of shit. And all I could say is, yo, I hope he gets his mind right. You know what I mean? Because I used to be a real fan of Keith Murray. I did a record with Keith Murray, me, UGK, and Keith Murray, Live Wires Connect. On the soundtrack for Don't Be a Menace to South Central. Um, these drugs, man, like these drugs, man. You know what I mean? You got to be strong, man. You got to have, it's not for everybody. Everybody can't do certain shit. Like, some people can't drink at all. Some people can't do certain things at all. They have addictive personalities and shit like that. Or, you know what I mean? Or they might be going through struggles that we don't know about. You know what I mean? All I know is, there was a lot of little shit that he was saying, and I seen him in North Carolina or whatever. You know what I mean? I went to his show, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, he was saying Elf you.
Yeah, but when I seen him, it wasn't no Lord Jamar. You know what I mean?
Oh, for real? He didn't
And
have that energy?
nah, not at all. But it's like I'm not trying to be no tough guy out here, and I don't want to. You know what I mean? Because I feel like if he was in his right mind, he would have never said these things to me. You know what I mean? He would have never, um, yeah, it would have never got to this point. You know what I mean? So I just brought it up to say that, I'm approaching this with grace. Matter of fact, I'm removing myself with grace and saying that regardless that he said Lord Jamal and all that, I still got love for Keith Murray. You know what I mean? And I truly and honestly hope that he gets better. I feel like I've seen him getting better recently. Like, I feel like I've seen some interviews where it didn't seem like he was high and all of that type of shit. Um, but I still feel like he's done a certain, he's maybe done an amount of drugs where certain damage has been done, and I don't know if you're going to be able to come back from that. You know what I mean? His speech is a little
Yeah, his words were slurred.
belabored. Yeah, it's a little, Um,
Yeah, he was talking like a retired boxer.
there you go. That's what you could kind of liken it to, and his sense of humor is kind of, a little out there, whatever. Um, but again, I'm not a Christian, so I'm not going to say I pray for him, but, I'll give him a meditation and, you know what I mean? And hope he gets his shit together at some point. But please, brother, you know what I mean? Please don't come at me like that no more. You know what I mean? Because I got love for you. You know what I mean? I got love for you, bro.
Yeah, I know when I did the interview with him, I got some backlash, but I ain't know the dude personally. So I ain't know if he was under the influence or, that was just his personality. So I ain't know. Cause every story I heard about him, I heard he was a wild guy. But when I talked to his manager after we did the second interview, he admitted to me that, he was on angel dust. So after I found that out, we never did another interview after the second one. So
Right. See, um, I think people were thinking like, yo, y'all can't see this dude is high and he's not in a position that is uh that's making Keith Murray look presentable. You know what I mean? Like he's looking bad right now. And I think some people were thinking, you know, if everything wasn't about money all the time, that maybe some of us would have a certain moral standpoint where they'd be like, you know what? I know I got a business here, but that really looked bad. I'm not gonna put that one out. You know what I mean? Like I think that, and that might be naive for certain people to even think that. Uh, but I think that that's what some people who have love for Keith Murray and don't want to see him like that, and are upset when they see him like that, they, instead of blaming him for getting high, because it's not like unless you gave it to him or some shit like that, but which I don't think you did. Um, it's not like we're the ones that gave him this. And then if he shows up to something high, but yeah, I think certain people felt like, maybe he shouldn't have put that out because it wasn't a good look. You see, and that's where people might feel like it's exploitive because, you know, where do we draw the line? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
But once again, right, when we did the interview, I ain't know the dude. I had no kind of connection to him. So I ain't know if he was a wild guy or he was on drugs. So, I mean, like I said, every story I heard about him, he was a wild guy. So, but what I do want to ask you is this: when you knew him back then, was he a wild guy?
yes, but not like this. Like this is a different kind of wild. Like, you know what I mean?
So for me, right, I don't know what's going on because I don't know how he truly acts. Like I said, I mean, after we did a second interview, that's when his manager, finally told me that he was on drugs, angel dust. So, once I found that out, I stopped interviewing him. It wasn't about, money or views for me because I mean, if it was, I would have interviewed him again. Because the last interview did views. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's not about that. I mean, I'm not about to, bring somebody on my platform that's, on drugs. I mean, that ain't cool, man.
It definitely did crazy views, but I think it might have hurt him too, as far as like getting shows and shit like that. You know what I mean? Because he don't look like a reliable person in those videos. You know what I mean? Like, so I think maybe he's trying to redeem himself right now. Because again, I feel like the last couple of interviews I saw with him,
Because he did do other interviews after me.
right? And I saw a few, and I feel like, okay, he knew that he couldn't come to these joints high, like, you know what I mean? Like, and so he's trying to maybe clean up the image. And I hope I'm just hoping that he gets his shit together, man. Like, you know what I mean? But you know, there was an infamous video of him out on the street, you know, dusted out of his mind type of shit. And that was disturbing to watch. Like, you know what I mean? That was disturbing.